Moving on, climate change is having a devastating impact across Africa, affecting communities in different ways. For people living with albinism on the continent, increasing temperatures and longer dry seasons pose particular challenges. In our next story, Coco, who lives in Nigeria, shares her experience.
This is a picture of me and my family. I'm the one with blonde hair and light skin. If it's not apparent to you yet, I have albinism, an inherited condition that affects the amount of melanin you produce. Without melanin, people with albinism are really vulnerable to the sun. And there's one major problem. I live in Abuja, Nigeria. It gets really hot here. And with climate change, things are getting worse. My name is Coco, and I'm a digital content creator, writer, and stationery maker. So as a child living with my family, I knew I was different, but it didn't really click. So it wasn't until I left my family and my sheltered life and went out into the world, aka boarding school, that I kind of started realizing, oh, okay, I'm actually different. On a typical day when I'm getting ready to go out, the first thing I do is I use my toner just to get rid of any oil and sweat that may have gathered while I'm at home. Fan it dry, manual method. After that, I use my very light moisturizer because it's very hot. And then, of course, because I'm going out, I have to use my sunscreen. My mom has always been very persistent about me using sunscreen, and for me, I never really saw the point until the day I actually did not go out with sunscreen, and then I got terribly sunburnt. It just helps to have that barrier protecting your skin from the sun. When people say it, I know they often mean it like a compliment. Oh, you're so clean for an albino. And when they say that, what they're referring to is the fact that I don't have those large brown spots that you see on most people with albinism, who impoverished people with albinism. I'm privileged. I acknowledge my privilege. I acknowledge that my skin is clean because of the situation in which I grew up. I was fortunate to be born into a family who knew what to do. Using sunscreen, the chances of you getting sunburnt are still there, but it just helps to have that barrier protecting your skin. So this is the thing with melanin, right? And the coloring. That is the protection most people have. We don't have that layer. I believe climate change has a strong impact on people with albinism, simply because, like I said, the major concern is the sun and the rays that we're being exposed to. The hotter it gets, the worse those rays affect us. My future concerns for kids with albinism is not a lot of work is being done, right, to educate people about albinism. Most of the things I know about albinism I had to learn from my own life, Google. But then how much can you do by yourself? Access to sunscreen might seem trivial to some, but for people with albinism, it's literally life or death.
Coco is a trooper, no doubt. Still to come on Gist Nigeria, Africa's first female military pilot talks about how she blazed the trail and still keeps flying 50 years after. This and more after the break. Stay with us.